Good day, grade 6s. Welcome to a whole new week of work. Only 3 days this week, so it's not too bad. Right, today we are going to do poetry. Poetry is poëzie in Afrikaans. Before we are going to read through our poem, which is called The Kittens. It's nie 'n baie opwindende gedig nie, maar ons gaan hom doen. I want you to look at the following terms that you can get in a poem. The first thing is a simile. Remember, we pronounce it simile, not smile. Now, a simile is when one thing is compared to another. And normally or the way in which you know this is going to be a simile is you're going to look for the word like or as. He was as fat as, that's a simile. Or she was as naughty as, that's a simile, because you've got the word as there. The next, we are going to look at personification. Now, personification, as jy nou dink in Afrikaans, personification klink soos die woord persoon. So, as jy 'n persoon se kwaliteite gee aan iets wat nie 'n persoon is nie. You're going to give human qualities to non-human things, such as the sun smiled. I've written that on your example as well. The sun can't really smile, but that is personification, want jy gee vir die son 'n persoon se eienskappe. Okay. Next is the word, and look at the spelling, it is quite difficult. Onomatopoeia. As jy daai woord hoor, dan klink dit of jy een of ander klank namaak van dalk van 'n voël wat skree. Onomatopoeia. So, onomatopoeia is a word which imitates natural sound. Hy maak dit na, hy copycat it. So, onomatopoeia in any poem is when you copycat a sound, such as cuckoo or ting ting. Any sound that imitates another, or word that imitates a sound. And then the last one, alliteration. Selfs in Afrikaans, alliterasie is when a series of words begin with the same consonant sound. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. She sells seashells on the seashore. Those are all examples of alliteration. And now if we were in class, I would have asked you all to give me some examples of alliteration. Or repeat after me, she sells seashells on the seashore. I hope you're impressed with me that can say this so fast. Alright, so now that you know about all the things that you have to look out in a poem, I'm going to read The Two Kittens, just because I know you'll know better what's going on if I read it to you. Two kittens. Two little kittens one stormy night began to quarrel and then to fight. One had a mouse, the other had none, and that's the way the quarrel begun. "Meow, I'll have that mouse," purred the biggest cat. "Meow, you'll have that mouse, we'll see about that." "Meow, I will have that mouse," said the eldest one. "Meow, you shan't have the mouse," said the little one. The thunder shouted, it was a stormy night. The kittens were like soldiers in a fight. Sally seized her sweeping broom and swept the two kittens right out of the room. The snow clung to the ground below, and the two little kittens had nowhere to go. So they laid them down on the mat outside the door, while the old woman finished sweeping the floor. Then they crept in quiet as mice, all wet with the snow and cold as ice, for they found it was better that stormy night to lie down and sleep than to quarrel and fight. Yeah, so I just want to tell you, be careful that you don't fight with your brothers and sisters and get thrown out of the house when mom is cleaning, because this is what might happen. Okay, so please now do question 1 to 8 look on your notes how it should be done, what the heading is. I'm not going to repeat all of those. And do them. Right, let's go for Wednesday. These are now the poetic devices that we've done. You are now going to look for your own examples. Remember a simile, like or as. Remember metaphors, no like or as. You just say something is like something else. Personification, persoon. You give something a human-like quality. And then alliteration, she sells seashells. After you've done that, I want you to encircle 2 rhyming words. Rhyming words, if you don't know what rhyming words are really. Go slow. Love dove. I my. So I need you to look for 2 rhyming words and encircle any 2 in this poem. Last day. You may leave at 12 o'clock if you started early, because if you went to school, I'm sure we would have finished up at 12. But that's only if your work is finished. So I hope you started early this morning. Punctuation. Remember, punctuation, full stops, commas, hyphens, apostrophes, quotation marks, all of those are part of punctuation. Today we are only going to do 3 kinds of punctuation. The first one is you get a declarative sentence. This is Towson. It only ends with a full stop. Remember? Full stop. Only ballerinas point. This is a full stop. Next, you get an interrogative question. If you go to the police station and you have to be interrogated, it means they're going to ask you questions and you have to answer that. So interrogative, question. And then exclamatory is when you shout something, when you want to put an exclamation mark, you want to say it louder. I've given you a passage that you have to correct. Please don't worry. Remember, I always tell you, there's more than one correct answer here. So if we come to school, I'm also going next week, you're going to get your memo. And if you don't agree with me, it's fine. As long as yours makes sense, that's good enough for me. Please write this and do it neatly. And then I need your own examples. Don't give me a grade 3 sentence. You are in grade 6. I need a grade 6 standard of work. So if I ask you, give me a sentence, your own interrogative sentence, for example, I need you to do this on the grade 6 standard, please. And that's it for this week. Have a great long weekend, and next week, God willing, we will go on. I've said this week, our thought for the week is, it always seems impossible until it's done. You know what? When we started off with staying at home, quarantine, we all thought this is impossible. We'll never be able to do it. And here we are. We're in it. We're going on. Everything's fine. You've even now learned that your mums and dads are also teachers. Have a great weekend, grade 6s. Love you. Bye.